It's a lot of guitars. That's Aidan Mullen. He's going to be helping me out changing guitars all night, and can't do it without him. And so, a lot of different guitars and a lot of stories about how I got to Portland. My life, that is. So, yes, if we go back to when I was about 7, it's going to be a long night. When I was about 7 and a half, I found in the attic, when my dad and I were looking for suitcases to go on summer holidays and vacation, there was this little tiny black case about this long. I said, "What's that?" He said, "Grandma said, maybe you might want to learn to play this. I can teach you if you want. It's called a banjolele." So I said, "What's that?" He said, "Well, it's like a ukulele, but it's, as you see, it's shaped like a banjo. So, and it's tuned, my cat's got fleas." So you don't forget it. I go, you can use dog too. But so he showed me how to play She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain When She Comes, Michael Row the Boat, and of course my favorite, Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley, which was kind of on the edge compared to the other two. But it was, enough of that shit. I learned those, and I wanted to play some rock and roll. American rock and roll, that is. So we had a station that was in Luxembourg, actually. That was the only one, at the BBC, you heard the same song over and over again, and they didn't help us much with the American. It was all sort of English horrible pop, and which it was. And so Radio Luxembourg was the only station from 7 till midnight that would phase in and phase out because it was so far away, where you could hear great American, blues and rock and roll, And so, did I drop something? I think my leg fell off. So where was I? Oh, yeah, so I was listening to, and I heard things like people like Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, Elvis, you name it, they played it. And it was phenomenal to hear this music. And of course, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. Was learn. So that's what I was doing. I was actually got a reel-to-reel tape recorder very early in life, and I was pretty techie, and started recording the radio with a microphone. So because you couldn't get all those songs in the shops. So anyway, Buddy Holly was a big one. So I'm going to flash forward to this guitar, which Buddy Holly's widow, Maria Elena Holly, when she took Buddy's old frets that he'd taken off to refret after writing all those incredible songs, and she kept them and thought that she would start this foundation called the Buddy Holly Education Foundation for those who don't have the wherewithal to go to lessons and pay for them or instruments and stuff. So it's a fantastic organization and a great idea. So she had this idea of making a guitar for each song that he wrote. So there's a lot of luthiers made, I don't know what the count is now, and then give them to artists to play. And the other thing was, they would ask the artist what song they would like. And I had been in the Cub Scouts. Yeah. I was very proud of that. And my buddy said, what else are you going to do on a Tuesday night? So I went with him, and when I got there, all the other Cubs had all these badges down their arms, and I thought, what is that? And it's like tattoos of the day, And he said, "Oh, those are proficiency tests, badges. You do the test, you get the badge." So I said, "Well, that's great. What do I do?" And he said, "Well, I think the best one to do is survival." And I said, that sounds pretty difficult. He said, no, just go to the Scoutmaster and he'll tell you what to do. So I go there and he said, Frampton, I'm going to give you 2 matches and then you're going to go outside and light a fire. Well, it's England and it's been raining for 3 months. And so I failed that test. And so I came back and I said, Scoutmaster, please, what can I do to get a badge? I've got to get a badge. And he said, well, I hear you play a little guitar. I said, well, yes, I do. And he said, well, bring the guitar to school, sing us a song, and I'll give you a badge. So next week, I brought my guitar and I sang Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly. And I got my badge. Well, after that, it was, let's see, Peggy Sue, yes. So if you go back forwards again to the guy that called me, he said, from the foundation, he said, so what is the song that means the most to your buddies? I said, hands down, Peggy Sue. It was the first song I ever learned and played in public. He said, oh dear, that's a problem. So I said, what's the problem? He said, that one's Promised to Paul McCartney. I said, it's okay, he's a Beatle, that trumps or oops. I said it again. So I won't say it. You can't use that word anymore.
Nope.
So he said, okay, so I went about my business. 3 months later, he calls back and he says, are you still interested in Peggy Sue? And I said, yes, of course. I said, what happened? He said, well, we couldn't find Paul McCartney. I said, well, that's a backhanded compliment. I said, yes. Well, anyway, so do you know when you sit down to dinner every night, just about 6:30 something, the phone rings and it's 888888888, and it's a telemarketer, right? So you just go like that, and or you don't pick it up, and so every Sunday though, I get on my caller ID, it comes up Paul McCartney, and of course I know what he wants, so I don't pick it up. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy.
My Peggy Sue.
Well, love you, yeah, I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Oh, how my heart yearns for you, Peggy. Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, yeah. Yes, I need you, Peggy Sue, yeah. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue, Peggy, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, love, yeah, yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. Here's the solo like Buddy would do it on electric. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue, Peggy. Oh, well, I love you, gal. Yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so real and true. Oh, Peggy, I beg you, Sue. Oh, well, love you, yeah. Yes, I need you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, love you, yeah. And I need you, Peggy Sue.